What's up, Fight Fam, and welcome to Boxing Bros. I'm Caden, and I'm here with my co-hosts. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Trill.
To this day, G.
You know what it is. It's not the cameraman.
So, the first topic we're going to discuss is our reaction to Deontay Wilder knocking out Luis Ortiz in the 7th round. So we're just going to jump right in. Trill, what were your thoughts on that?
Everybody's thoughts, except for the best cameraman in the business.
Best cameraman in the business.
I think everybody knew it was gonna happen, and everybody knew how it was gonna happen.
Yes.
It was just when it was gonna happen, and it happened. And you know what I'm saying? It was the same. It happened the last fight. Listen, I think the only person I thought that it was gonna go different was the best cameraman in the business, Ned.
G, wait, no. G, go ahead.
Oh, all right. I like to salute Wilder. You know, every time you fight, my pockets get fatter. You know what I mean? So, blessings on blessings to you. I will say this though, I was impressed, and I wasn't so impressed by Wilder's performance. I like the fact that he was utilizing the left hand more, doing like hooks to the body, but they seemed too predictable. Like when he would throw it, it was easy for Ortiz to read him. But I like the fact that Wilder's trying to diversify his portfolio. So for that, I salute Wilder. But look, we know your bread and butter is the right hand, and there was certain rounds.
You predicted he was gonna win off a left hook, dog.
Man, I was wishful thinking. But there was certain times I was like, oh, come on, Wilder, just come with that straight right, get this guy out of there. But I will say this, clearly we all know Wilder's notorious for losing most of his rounds, but he just finds a way to knock a person out, right? So, but with the fight, I kept seeing Wilder improve slightly but surely every round. And then we started watching Ortiz decline every round. And then finally, Ortiz literally moved into Wilder's right hand and clipped him 7th round in the last 7 seconds. And literally Ortiz looked like he caught a stroke, like for real. You know what I mean? Leg went to sleep. His face was like this, like, you know what I mean? And shout out to the ref for doing the count. I don't know why, but yeah, man. Salute to Wilder for another. I'm not gonna say it was an impressive knockout. It was a typical knockout for Wilder. It would have been impressive though if he knocked him out with the left hook.
I'm gonna let you marinate for a second. I'm gonna just jump in. I'm gonna save you for last. There's a few points I want to get out. I want to say, was I impressed? Absolutely not. It's what I predicted. You can go look at the fight predictions. And it's even what I predicted before the fight when I was talking to G after we worked out. I told him that it would play out this way. However, there are a few notes I want to take for all the people who are hyped up off this fight. Luis Ortiz was attempted to become the second oldest man to ever win the heavyweight title. Of course, the oldest man being George Foreman. And I point this out to people all the time. And they think I'm joking. They laugh. It's funny. And it is kind of funny, but I really believe Luis Ortiz is older than George Foreman was when he won the title from Michael Moore. Like, I truly believe if Luis Ortiz would have won last night, he was going to be the oldest man to ever win the heavyweight title. So that's one thing that I want to point out. And with that being said, the oldest man outboxed Deontay Wilder every single round. I have an app, the app that I use. I can see everyone who's using the app, their entries at the time. I can see the percentage of who gave what round to what person. At the time when I was using the app, there were 422 entries. Everyone had Luis Ortiz winning every single round, as did I, before he got knocked out. So Deontay Wilder was outboxed by a man in his 40s, supposedly, however, we believe he's older than 40, for 6 rounds before he caught him with the right hand. But the devastating knockout of the oldest man at the YMCA on the basketball court. I don't know why that's impressive. But let's put it in its proper perspective. If you have the best athlete in the court at the YMCA playing against the best old guy at the YMCA, what would you expect to happen? Maybe the best old guy will get a few buckets on the young guy, but when it's all said and done, the young guy should win because he's younger and the old guy has been through battles, war, wear and tear on the body. What you saw was the equivalent of Vince Carter playing one-on-one against James Harden or one of the younger guys who still in their prime, right? So don't really get caught in the facade. What you should keep your eyes on and what's important to know and not to forget is Deontay Wilder's purse for that fight. Because he turned down a deal with DAZN to fight Luis Ortiz. And Forbes magazine reported this. So Forbes is a source that I would trust when it comes to money because, hell, that's what they do. Deontay Wilder's going to make $4.5 million, or he made $4.5 million for the fight. Luis Ortiz made $1.5. Now, it's said that they're going to get a percentage of the pay-per-view, but how much pay-per-view is that fight going to sell really? Showtime dropped it, didn't want it, so Fox pay-per-view picked it up, right? We'll see the pay-per-view numbers, but Deontay Wilder's not going to come close to $50 million. Meanwhile, AJ's making $85 million to fight Andy Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. And I was telling Trill this, I was joking, one of my favorite T.I. lines is, the checks you're waiting on, Holmes, I can sign them myself. The checks Deontay Wilder's waiting on, Anthony Joshua can sign them himself. Anthony Joshua could buy and sell Deontay Wilder, and that's big facts. So he lost by not taking that deal.
I don't know why you looking at me.
He lost.
You should be looking at your bank account.
So I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So you can come in. I just want to finish these 2 points. So he lost on that deal, and you know how you know he took a L? This is the first time that I've seen Deontay Wilder win and not thank Al Heyman. He did not thank Al Heyman after this fight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did he thank Al Heyman? He thanked Fox.
I don't know how he didn't think the Prophet.
He thanked Fox, but he didn't thank Al Heyman because I know deep down inside, and that's an admission of guilt, folks. That's an admission. If he felt thankful to Al Heyman, he would have thanked Al Heyman. But he knows all the money he lost, and he did not thank that man because he knows there was nothing to be thankful about. He just got outboxed for 6 rounds. He saved himself with his right hand like he's been doing his whole career. And he didn't make the money he should have been making for that fight. And lastly, based on his performance, being outboxed by what I really believe to be the oldest man to try to win the title, but we can say the second oldest man to try to... My point is this. Do you really favor him against Tyson Fury? Do you really favor him against Andy Ruiz? Do you really favor him against Anthony Joshua? And let's be clear, he was hurt by Ortiz in that fight. Anthony Joshua has a 91% KO ratio. People forget that. They try to flip through that. So Deontay Wilder's at 95. Joshua's at 91%. By the time their careers end, Joshua may have a better KO percentage than him. And keep in mind, Joshua's actually KOing fighters who are contenders. So when I say all this to say is you can get caught in Deontay Wilder facade if you want. To me, it wasn't impressive. You beat the oldest man in the Y. Congratulations.
Listen, I was just saying how much I agree with you. I think every point that you made was a solid point. I don't think that anybody, like even the delusional Wildets, I don't think that anybody can take this as some type of improvement. Every time I'm watching this young man fight, it seems like he's getting worse to me. This is not the same guy that I've seen that was moving around using his jab, hooking off the jab, you know what I'm saying, controlling range and distance. This guy is just coming out here looking for the right hand. And eventually, it happens. It happens. Once that you can't land that right hand, you know what I'm saying, what are you going to do? Like, you have to do something other than, when you got Tyson Fury coming next. And one thing that people do is they get up for their rivals. You can say anything you want about Tyson Fury, how he looked in his last couple of fights, but we don't know about those guys because we ain't never seen those other guys fight anybody else. But we just know this one thing. If Deontay Wilder goes in there the same way that he fought Luis Ortiz, it's going to be a long night for him. It's going to be a long night. He needs to listen to the brother in his corner and stop listening to the other guy that's just telling him to load up on that right hand is going to come. Yeah, you can set it up. You can do things to make it happen. Just stop looking for this right hand because you can really do stuff great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put too much on this whole KO rate. I know that was the big thing this week and last week. Everybody's talking about this big KO. I don't respect it. Especially, I don't respect it over Mike Tyson's percentage George Foreman's percentage.
69 knockouts George Foreman has.
Like, but I'm talking about the competition.
Yeah, level of opposition.
The level of opposition, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Deontay Wilder ain't knock out a Larry Holmes or Spanks or none of these guys. Like, I've yet to see him knock out a guy that I said that was like a Tyson. I want to see him fight Tyson Fury. Like I said,
his best knockout is Luis Ortiz.
Yes, that is.
That's it. And if you go on his resume,
we're gonna count that.
Tell me another guy he's knocked out who's never been knocked out before.
Luis Ortiz. It would be Stavern because Stavern at least had a belt.
But I'm talking about that first fight. I'm talking about his first fight. He didn't. That to me, that was his best performance ever. The first fight was Stavern.
Oh, you talking about?
I'm talking about as far as the knockout.
Stavern had a
the
belt.
best competition has been against
Stavern had a
Luis
belt.
Ortiz.
Yeah,
But he's not a better fighter. He's not a better fighter than Luis Ortiz.
But I'm just saying, like when it goes down in history, you could at least go.
Luis Ortiz was supposed to have that belt.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. You can say Bermane Stavern because he had a belt, right? Yeah. But let's be real. Bermane Stavern threw 2 punches in the rematch. In the rematch with Luis Ortiz, at least he came to win. And I can respect that. Much props to Luis Ortiz. He knew it was his last hurrah. He went out there and he tried to win the title. Now Deontay Wilder did what he was supposed to do. He put him flat on his back. You know, and it is what it is. But I'm telling you, this was nothing but a showcase. And they knew this too, which was why they tried to keep Luis Ortiz away from every other top contender because they didn't want Luis Ortiz to get exposed. They wanted Wilder to take him out again because they know they wanted him to do better, but honestly, he really didn't do better. It was kind of the same thing.
Just real quick, I agree with you say. You know what? People got to stop acting like y'all never seen this before. You've seen this in part 3, Rocky.
All right, Ned.
Hey, I want to say to myself, I'm sorry for putting you through this again. But you know, it happens, you know. Sometimes I let my ego get the best of me. And when Wilder fights, I got to bet against the odds. Like, I choose the odds, like, you know, that slim percentage that it may happen. Because, you know, in some alternate universe, Luis Ortiz is the champion. He's the oldest champion right now. But and I'm happy. I'm a happy man. But you know, today last night I was let down, and you know we're on to Fury. We're on to the next fight, and you know I'm rooting against you again, Wilder.
but hold on, but Ned, right? Mm-hmm. Remember what Wilder said during the Fury fight, and he also said during the Ortiz fight, right? They have to be perfect for 12 rounds. I just got to be perfect for 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. With Fury, Fury can actually upset Wilder because he has the skill set and the endurance to do so. Mm-hmm. You literally betted on the old man. That was crazy.
Listen, Wilder also says every fight, when it comes, it's going to come, it's going to come.
And it came.
This loss, when it comes, it's going to come, and it's going to come. I'm going to be so happy. Even if I don't win 1 cent off this fight, I'm going to be the happiest man on earth.
All right, so let me ask you this question. In your mind,
yes,
realistically,
yes,
when does Wilder take his first L?
February.
That's actually a good.
That's actually a good. You need to put some money on that one. Put some money on that one.
Put money. Off camera. We'll talk off camera. Off camera.
Thank you for watching Boxing Bros. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Deontay Wilder?
A bum.
It's the Boxing Bros.